Welcome to another episode of I Know Jax, my all-time favorite local TV show. I'm Joe Talentino. Now, it's March Madness. I survived my fair share of leprechauns and green beer this week, and I had a blast at the Gumbo Festival last weekend. Today, I was checking the calendar to see what's happening next week, and guess what I found? On March 27th, it's National Joe Day. What a nice surprise. I had no idea I had my own day. I was very pleased. Now, I always felt that us average Joes deserve our own day so that we can unite and feel like special Joes for one day a year. I was very pleased that someone else understood this and had taken action. I even got a nice warm feeling inside. That was, of course, until I started reading up on the topic. Joe Day is not my day. It's a day for those who don't like their name. On National Joe Day, you can change your name to something else for a day. What? We make a holiday for that? Who comes up with this stuff? Now, the upcoming week is an unusually bad week for special days. We have National Joe Day. It comes right after a dumb day called Make Up Your Own Holiday, and it is followed by the even more suspicious sounding Something on a Stick Day. I'm serious, Something on a Stick Day. I don't even want to know what that's all about. That's followed by National Mom and Pop Business Owners Day. Not a bad idea. I might, of course, have a slightly biased opinion. I think small business owners got to stick together. But who came up with the idea that Mom and Pop Business Owners Day would be followed by Smoke and Mirrors Day? Really? I'm not changing my name next week. I'm still going to be Joe. And after all that nonsense, I think it's time for a beer break. Today we're at Aardwolf Brewing Company with my buddy Mark Wisdom, the beer guy.
I'm the beer guy.
He's the beer guy.
That's me.
And today we've got three very different beers with us.
Very different. Very, very different.
So what's first?
The first one. It's a vulgar display of hoppiness.
They have some pretty catchy beer.
I love their names here. It's awesome.
Well, Belgian Pale Ale, that's kind of not. But
Yeah, but this one is awesome.
This one's good.
Vulgar display of hoppiness.
All right. What
Very
does that
hoppy,
mean?
but it's also got a very nice malty backbone. It's got a lot of sweetness to it, and it's got the hops that are just going to go wham, you're hit.
Wham!
Yeah.
So let's see what the heck that means. A malty backbone.
You got the hops,
Wow.
and you got the sweetness.
Wow.
Wow, in a good way, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really vulgar. I mean, the hoppiness.
I don't know what I'm going to do with you.
You don't know what you're going to do with me?
No, I don't.
Whatever you do with me, make it be gentle.
This is a family show.
All right, let's move along.
All right.
That
The
was
next
pretty
one,
vulgar.
Eastbound and Brown.
Eastbound and Brown.
Exactly. Eastbound and Brown. Brown ale. Typical brown ale is going to have a lot of maltiness,
A little nutty flavor.
nuttiness, a little caramel to it. This one in particular, in Jacksonville, of Jacksonville beers, I really do like this one a lot. It's a little bit darker, a little bit more
Smells good.
on the bitter edge of the brown ale.
Yeah, that has a little harsher edge to it for me.
A little bit of hoppiness to it, but it's still got the nuttiness.
Not as nutty as the other ones I've had.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so last one is?
last one is Alvin's Brown Ale.
Like Alvin the Chipmunk?
I think it's Alvin who works here in the brewery.
Oh,
but
he's no chipmunk.
yeah, but no.
He's a big dude.
But here's the deal.
Sorry, Alvin.
Alvin likes coffee.
Does he?
Yeah, a lot.
A lot?
A lot.
So I'm hearing that this might
I think there might be a little bit of
little
coffee
bit of coffee flavor
to
to this
one.
one.
Just a little bit. So
Wow, I
you
can smell it. I
coffee?
smell it
I mean,
already. Hadn't even gotten it close.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Alvin, not the chipmunk, likes coffee.
A lot of coffee flavor.
Wow. And I'm not a coffee drinker.
I'm not either.
It's weird. I like Kahlua. It's like my pickle thing. I like pickles, but not cucumbers. I like coffee.
Right.
Coffee flavor.
I don't like coffee itself, but I like beers that have coffee flavor.
This is good.
So that one has a lot of coffee flavor to it. And all of these beers are beers that they're going to have here on a regular basis.
Right.
And you can come in here any day and have one of these.
Talk to me a little bit about alcohol content.
Well,
these are all pretty heavy,
big ones.
right?
These are all pretty big. The brown is not so big, but the other two, they're bigger beers. I mean, we're looking at
when you get something in a little glass like that, that means it's going to knock you on your butt.
Right. Well,
just saying.
You're just saying, whatever.
Mark, always bring some new stuff to the show. We'll see you guys on the next Beer Guy segment.
We'll see you soon.
I spend a lot of my time talking to people here in Jacksonville about upcoming events and things to do. So when I met Shelley, who has written about fun things to do when you're on a date in Jacksonville, we had a lot of things in common. Today I'm with Shelley Marsh, and she's written this interesting book, 50 First Coast Dates. And what possessed you to write a book about this?
Well, my husband and I, we go on dates every week, but we're lucky that way. But we found ourselves going to the same place week after week. So I tried to,
bit of a rut, yeah.
Yeah, I had to bust that rut and get more creative. So I started looking around, and there's so many great things to do in Jacksonville. And
we know this.
Yeah. So looking around for new ideas, and then I started telling my friends about it, and they were all in a rut too. So they were like, share your ideas with us, so we can find these places too.
Cool. And so you were telling me that you were part of a group that kind of helped you motivate. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about that.
I'm in a group of women that we help each other set our goals and achieve our goals. And I came up with the idea I was going to write this book, and they were like, okay, so by next week we want to see 3 more chapters written. So every week we would meet.
Do you take dudes? Because I need that really bad.
Yeah, we are open to all affiliations and creeds.
Well, tell me, what are some of the, give me some examples of some dates out of the book.
Well, the first one that I shared with some friends on Facebook was after we went to the Amelia River Cruise.
Okay.
And that was so much fun.
Those guys are a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a floating party. We had actually found a Groupon for it, so you have to be mindful of budget. And
of course.
So when you're married and all that. So the river cruise, you go in there and you can bring your own picnic and bottle of wine, and they have band playing.
I know, isn't that cool?
And watch the sunset. Yeah. We saw wild horses that takes you up by
to
Cumberland Island.
Yep.
It was beautiful, and it was a great date night. So
okay.
It could be applicable to someone who is looking for a memorable first date, because you're more likely to get a second date.
Make an impression.
If you make a good impression, right.
Don't wait for Valentine's Day. That's such a made-up thing. I hate Valentine's Day.
Well, ask your wife about that. I don't know.
Trust me. She knows I hate it too. But I think you had some really cool ideas in there. I mean, you had listed bowling and some of that kind of old school stuff, which was kind of nice. But you had some other pretty interesting stand-up paddling and
well, it's divided
parallel
into
painting. What the heck is parallel painting? Like a parallel park, but barely.
Even that is sometimes hard to do with your husband in the car. Like, oh no, don't back up. Yeah. No, that section is there's sections of the book. One is about take a class together.
Okay.
So that would be parallel painting. It was like go to one of those places where painting with a twist, or yes, you canvas.
Like pottery painting, something like that.
We've done that too, yeah. Except my husband's like, what are we going to do with this thing? It's in the cabinet now.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's fun. It's the process that matters. You go together and you talk and you work together, and that's fun. It's just my favorite dates are the ones that are interactive.
Sure.
Sometimes I was talking to my friends about, well, if you get creative, they're like, well, let's go see a show, but then you're going to sit side by side and not talk.
No.
So I like ones that you interact more. And then the old school ones, some of those are fun. You get back to the way you would have dated when you were in high school or something, and you're playing skee ball or something, and you're laughing and having a great time.
I like the laser tag. I thought that was great.
Yeah. Then you'd be like, I nailed you.
Paintball's better because they're actual bullets.
Well, they say it doesn't hurt, but
right. They're lying.
That one's in there. So some of the dates are some that might appeal to a guy, like paintball. But some of the dates are more, female friendly. So you could take turns, like you could say, you pick one this week and I'll pick one next week.
Can you tell me where can we find this book?
It's located locally at the Bookmark up in Neptune Beach, and then it's also online. I have a website, 50 Fun Dates, and it's also on Amazon.
Right now, we're hitting the busy time of the year as far as events are concerned. It's actually hard to choose. This week, I was lucky enough to go and see the musical Memphis at the Times Union Center. It was just amazing. Let's see what Carla Mechele has come up with this time.
Hi everyone, I'm Carla Mechele with your I Know Jax calendar. Have you ever heard someone say there's nothing to do in Jacksonville? I have, and I hate to hear that, so that's why I'm here. I'm pushing you out of your box each week and asking you to try something new. I've got a few fun things to do picked out for you, but first, Joe wants you to slide on over to Fernandina Beach for a spring festival that's fun for all ages.
You are absolutely right, Carla. My pick of the week has a little bit of fun for everyone. It is the Slide in the Spring Music and Craft Beer Festival. This festival has live music, kids zones, interactive games, arts and crafts, fashion, but I would dare to say that the main attraction is craft beer. Sweetwater Brewing is the main sponsor, but Lagunitas Swamphead and A1AL Works, Engine 15, and many more are represented as well. Slide into Spring Music and Craft Beer Festival takes place on March 29th from 12 to 9 p.m. at the main beach in Fernandina.
Thanks, Joe. Fernandina Beach is a family favorite of mine, and I'll earn some cool points for planning a great time out there. And I want you to do the same, so let's get into the I Know Jax calendar. We're always telling you about some brew, but this time it's for coffee lovers. Get your fix at the Coffee Workshop with Bold Bean for the next Mosh After Dark. Learn about the process of brewing the perfect cup of coffee and enjoy a tasting of some local roaster brews. The cost is $20 and Mosh members get a 20% discount. Mosh After Dark Coffee Workshop with Bold Bean is Thursday, March 27th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Mosh. That same Thursday night, one of the nation's favorite comedians is coming to town. Jacksonville welcomed Jay Leno. If you live under a rock, Jay was the host of the #1 rated Tonight Show with Jay Leno since 1992. His show in Jacksonville should be family friendly and funny. Jay Leno will be performing at the Jacoby Symphony Hall on March 27th at 8 p.m. Okay, I asked you to try something new, but I don't know if I'm brave enough to try this one. Maybe you are though. It's called Mud Mania in the Oldest City. This competition challenges you to a 5K run/obstacle course through mud, boot camp style. You can participate alone or on a team. There's also a small fry course for kids 12 and under. Proceeds from the event benefit the Alpha Omega Miracle Home. Mud Mania in the Oldest City is Saturday, March 29th at the St. Johns County Fairgrounds. So, I have you covered. Coffee, beer, music, arts and crafts, and mud. Anything else you'd like to hear about? Let us know on Facebook and Twitter at I Know Jax. And to add your event to the calendar, send details to events@iknowjax.com. Follow me on over to Instagram at Carla Mechele for behind-the-scenes pics, plus styling and makeup tips from my creative team. Peace, love, and blessings for your week.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That was an awesome movie. Now, for all of you train enthusiasts out there, I also wanted to remind you that next weekend it's time for the Railroad Days Festival in Callahan. This is a big festival that they have at the depot every year. Steam-driven engines, tractors, and trains will be exhibited. There's arts and crafts, vendors, fun food for kids, and much more. The Railroad Festival takes place March 28th and 29th at the Callahan Train Depot. For more information, visit WNHSFL.org. That's it for this week's episode. Thanks for watching. I'll be back next week with another great episode from I Know Jax. Until then, I'll see you on the internet.